Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. This video is going to be all about bridging the gap, i.e. the scratch build of the bridge to get the two outer lower lines across what will eventually be canal, river, something like that. So the first thing is I'm building a girder bridge, and I got these laser cut girder sides from a company I've used before, Tory Laser, online. The problem is I'm not really liking this. I think it's way out of scale for double low gauge. As you can see, you could almost get, in fact you probably could get one train on top of another there. So I just don't think it's going to look right. But then again, I think they're kind of, like, I ordered one that was 60 centimetres long, so I think they're made in a certain way that, you know, the bigger the length, the bigger the height. I did message them and ask them if I could get one that was made smaller, i.e. about 9 centimetres in height. However, they never got back to me. So I've came up with my own plan, which I will set up and show you just in a second. Okay, so this is my cunning plan. Excuse the crudeness of the sort of setup here, but I think it's the best way to show you. So what I want to do is I want to have there to the baseboard to be 9 centimetres. So it means I'm going to have to cut all these bits across there, because this is going to be sitting on top of a bit of wood, which the tracks are going to run across. And it does mean I lose all this nice detail at the bottom, but at least I get to keep the cross. I like that, and I can't find another bit of wood or a bit of laser cut wood that is this size, because the bridge is 72 centimetres across, so I really wanted something that was close to that, and this is the biggest thing I could get. So you can kind of see if I hold it level. Now if you take that away, so that would be basically what you would see, because there's still going to be a base and track on a track bed running across. So you can see that looks much better, because the carriage is almost in the middle of the wood construction, and it just looks more to scale. And yeah, I'm going to lose all that, but I've got the Will's girder set to run along the front of the bridge, so I think it's going to look alright. So I'm going to go with that. At the end of the day, these things cost me, I think it was about £15–20 for two of them. So if it all goes wrong and looks terrible, then I can come up with a plan B. But that's what I'm going for anyway. So we'll go down to the cutting board on the table, and we'll set about starting to build this bridge. Okay, things have been moving on with the bridge build. I've basically been building the sides and cutting out the base. So what I did was I got 4 packets of the Will's kits girder bridge, and started sticking them together. That's taken a few days and a fair bit of glue. My bridge needs to be 72 centimetres long to cover the gap, and very fortunately 2 packets of Will's girder kit makes this side 72 centimetres long. Now what I did was, you're meant to stick these back to back so you get the pattern on both sides, but because I need to stick this to a bit of wood, what I did was I stuck them face to back, and I'll show you what I mean, and that it's smooth on the back, so that gives me a nice flat gluing surface to stick it to the wood. Whereas if I had that, I would only have a small ridge every 2 centimetres, and that would probably not work. So all I did was I cut them up, made them into the double squares, you can hopefully see there, and then stuck them end to end. And the very useful thing about this cutting board is that the squares are exactly 2 centimetres. So you can use the cutting board plus a straight edge to basically line it up to make it very, very straight. You also get loads of these top girders, if you like to call them, in 2 different lengths. and all I've done there is stick them along the top. Hopefully you can see that. Gives it a nice finish on the edge, and it also adds a bit of rigidity to the construction. So the plan is to prime this and then paint it. Now I'm trying to go for, well, I'm going for the colours of a bridge in the Salt Market in Glasgow, which I will just try and find a photo for you just now. So I am going for so I've got the Humbrol Matte Blue 44, and I've also got the Humbrol Matte 147, which is a kind of grey. And the idea is that the girder construction will all be blue, so that's going to be some really tight painting in there, and then the squares will be the silver. So plan is prime that, paint it, and then I've got super glue, and all I'm going to do is stick that to the side of the wood like that. So yeah, just end up with a nice bridge side on the MDF. This is 6mm MDF because I had actually cut a bit in plywood, I think it was, and it warped, so I went with the MDF. So that's the plan. To make this look more like a bridge deck as well, I've went and got lollipop sticks. So I'll cut them to size and I'll just lay them end to end all along the bridge base. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm either going to do, I've got some acrylic black matte paint, I'm either going to do a black wash on them, or I was thinking I do have burnt umber paint, so I might mix that with the black and water it down and do a kind of browny black wash. But I've got 50 of these lollipop sticks and I don't need 50 of them, so I will experiment on some of them and see how it goes. But that's where we're at so far. So it's taken a while to stick all these together. I've got another set here that's just setting, and then I need to put the girder strips along the top. Do the board with the lollipop sticks and paint, prime these, paint them, and then stick them on, and then the final thing is to put the girder trusses that I showed you in the earlier video. So we're getting there. I think it's going to look good. The painting's going to be a bit of a pain because I'm not that delicate, so I'll just need to see how that goes. But that's where we're at so far. So we'll come back once I have primed and painted the plastic and I've got the bridge base done. I'll come back when it's time to do the construction. Alright, so speak to you in a bit. Okay, things have been moving on with the painting. I'll show you the bridge size first of all. So I've got the blue on the girders and on the back, and then the silver in the middle. Now, I was a wee bit frustrated because this has had 2 coats of the silver, and as you can see it's went streaky, and you can still maybe see a bit of the grey primer underneath. But actually what I think is, it looks kind of weathered, or it looks like someone's done a bit of a half job of painting it. So it'll actually, save me doing any weathering, not that I know how to do that, and doesn't make it look quite so new. So I was actually kind of chuffed with that finish once it had all dried in. So same again with the other one. And it's a bit rough and ready in places, like you can see there. My slightly unsteady finger hasn't kept the paint strictly in the bits that are meant to be silver, but that's what it was going to be like in real life anyway. And I think it's quite a close match to the bridge that I'm going for in Glasgow. So I've also got the girder sides painted up. Now the reason I've not painted down here is because this is all going to get cut, and this bit is surplus to requirements to make it shorter. So I've only painted this, and I've done it all in the blue either side because I think it would just look better like that. The base has all been done as well, so that's the base. 2 seconds, I'll zoom out. So that's the base all covered in the chopped lollipop sticks. So I don't know if I can get an angle looking down it. Oh, maybe I can. So it gives it a really nice surface. It's actually quite smooth as well. You know, so it makes it look like an actual wooden plank bridge. And what I've been experimenting with is different ways of painting the sticks. So I'll just lay them all out. So yeah, so different ways of painting them. So that was a black dry brushing, that was a black wash, that was a really heavy brown and black dry brushing, that was I've got a thicker brown paint that I use, so it went kind of blotchy. That was a thinner brown with a little bit of black, and I think that's the all brown one. So what I've decided to go with is I'm going to go for a mix of these two. So I'll put them away. Go for a mix of these. Because I want every plank to look different, so the beauty of dry brushing is it will look different, because well, certainly I'm finding it very difficult to do it consistently. So I'm going to use the thin and the thick brown paint along with the black, and just basically go for it and see what comes out. And then it'll be time to construct it all. So yeah, it's coming along well. I'm pleased with the painting. Get this done, and yeah, stick it together and it'll finally look like a bridge. So we'll come back to it when we're ready to construct. Cheers! Right, so I have painted up the deck using dry brushing, which I think has given it a really nice varied effect. For those who don't know how to do dry brushing, or maybe this isn't how you do it, but it's how I did it. I used these three colours, so I've got a this is a thicker brown paint. I've got the Woodland Scenics Burnt Umber, which is quite a watery paint, and then this Humbrol acrylic black. And I'll just do a real quick demonstration for you. All I basically did was, well, that's one of the lollipop sticks that's on here. All I really did was take a wee bit of the brown paint and just go like that. Take a tiny wee dab of the black paint, because it's quite strong this. Mix it all in on the tissue paper, and then just paint onto the stick. And then maybe add a little bit of the thinner Woodland Scenic to it. Again, mix it all in, get the worst of the paint off the brush, and then just really rough and ready, just paint on, and just keep on, use the same bit of the tissue paper, and just keep on kind of building it up. You can see it keeps the grain. Maybe need a little bit more black on that. It's maybe a bit too much, but we'll see what happens. It's actually not bad. So you just keep on going like that, and you get a nice sort of weathered, varied effect. And you can change it up, you can use more black, use more brown, use less, and then you get the effect that I've got. So that was a quick dry brushing demonstration. And what we'll do now is we'll set up for sticking it all together. Okay, finally it is construction time, and what I'm going to do to stick the plastic bits to the wood is I've got myself some super glue. Now, I have never used super glue before, and I'm terrified of sticking my fingers together, so I've got myself some gloves as well. Now this does say it sets in 5 seconds, so I'm going to have to be quite quick with this. What I have done is, hopefully you can see, I have sanded just along the edge there where it's going to touch the wood, just because I think that'll help the adhesion of the glue. There is an ever so slight bow to this going that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the glue along the edge. I'm going to put it down and stick one edge in, and then hold that edge down just ever so slightly, and then stick it right the way along so everything's flat. So that's the plan. Let's see if it works. Okay, as always, things did not go quite to plan. It didn't stick instantly like it's meant to, but it has stuck. So I've done both sides because I've had to hold it and apply some weights and things like that. I think basically the problem is that, well, on one side my sewing wasn't very straight, so but it is now all stuck on. So deck with the sides, try and get this lined up. I think that's all looking pretty good. I say it's all stuck at least. So the next job is getting the girder pieces on. Okay, sorry there is no construction video because construction was a complete pain. The super glue was not super at all. It didn't stick and everything fell apart. So I had to cancel the recording and figure something out. And the golden rule is anything that's made by Gorilla sticks everything. So I ended up using that and have now constructed the base of the bridge. So there you go. See, that looks pretty good. It's exactly what I was going for. Now to do the supports for the bridge. In the words of a well-known programme, here's one I made earlier. So what this is it's a, also I've taken the bridge up to the layout to see what height it needs to be at. So what this is basically the stuff that I constructed the baseboard out of, the 1.5 by 2.5 I think it is. I have then put on a MDF base and the MDF sides, and there's also 5mm of cork there, just to boost it up to the level I need it and to offer a bit of sound deadening, because I'm going to have the rails running right across there. I'm not going to have any cork. And then it's weirdly shaped because the bridge is going to sit, if you can imagine this, the bridge is going to sit, it's going to start there and go out that way. So this is going to be onto the actual table, just as if the wall starts and then the bridge comes out from the wall. Because I've seen a few bridges around my area that look like that, and I'm going to use the Metcalf paving slabs, these things, to do basically it's coping stones across the top and along the bottom there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put it all together, put the coping stones on, and then you'll see the whole thing finally built. So speak to you in a bit. Okay, welcome back, and here is the finished bridge on the layout. So managed to get the supports fitted to it. This is what I was trying to explain, that the walls come along and then the girders come out from in between the walls. And also that's came along on this table. So I am incredibly pleased with how this has turned out. And I think that I got the scale right for the girders compared to the black 5 there. I think it all looks quite in scale, so I was right to cut down on the size. But yeah, I think it looks really good. You got the wood effect, or the wood track base going along. So yeah, well worth all the effort, well worth taking my time as always to get a really nice bridge. So I'll just go to the other side and show you that. Okay, this is us on the other side of the gap that's just been bridged, and you see there I took the Metcalf paving stones, and they've made a really nice coping stone actually on top of those walls. Finished that off nicely, and they're also down there as well on either side. You don't get to see so much of the girders on this side because of the other bridge, but still get to see enough, still get to see nice detail. And it's a really nice focal point for the layout, and of course serves a function of getting stuff across the gap. So I now have 4 running lines, which is great. I have 4 different trains running about, and now I've got to decide what my next project is, whether it's doing the upper level and another bridge across here, or what I think I might do is go focus on the station and get at least the lower level started, get some platforms in. Yeah, really pleased. So I hope you enjoyed the videos of the construction and got an idea how to do it. Please leave any comments you have, subscribe to the channel for more updates. There'll be lots more building going on now that I've got the lower levels running. And thanks very much for watching, and speak to you again soon. Cheers!